Who should we show the poem to? Should we show it to the person we're trying to? I kind of want to. I don't know. I feel like let's show it to Yuri. I don't know why, but let's do it. Okay.
Yuri seems the most experienced, so I should start with her. I can trust her opinion to be fair.
Is she the one that writes poems?
Mm-hmm. Well,
I thought it was
both of them.
Okay.
Yuri stares at the poem, disgusted. A minute passes, more than enough time for her to finish reading. Oh. I forgot to start talking. It's fine, don't force yourself. I just need to put my thoughts into words.
It's awful.
Hold on. Okay. This is your first time writing a poem, right? Yeah? It's awful. I'm just making sure. I guess that might be it after reading through it. So it's that bad. No! Did I just scream at you loudly and violently? I'm so sorry. Yuri buries her face in her hands. I couldn't help but notice it's been several minutes and we haven't really gotten anywhere. Might take Yuri a while to get used to new people. It's fine. I didn't really notice. What were you saying? Right. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they pick a writing style separate from the topic, and they form-fit the two together. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened.
What would that even mean? What does this mean?
I don't know. I'm not a poet.
I mean, I write poetry sometimes, and now I'm feeling self-conscious.
Well, she's a professional, so...
Gosh, Yuri, train me.
Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering on is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for.
It's not your fault you suck.
There's so many different writing skills and technique that go in writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice, and learning by example, and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little biased though, because she's an awful writer.
Oh no.
Biased? Tao. Well, never mind. I shouldn't be mean. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now?
Are we gonna read hers?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily, as if that's a rare opportunity for her.
What an emo.
Which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be a literature club? How come no one talks about things?
Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow. Bathing. It must be this one. The last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time. The last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I bathe. Calm. Breathing air of the present but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back. Deep.
I'm sorry I have such terrible handwriting.
Girl.
What? I wasn't thinking that at all. But it took you so long to read.
It's because he never reads.
I just don't read script very often.
I don't read very often.
I actually think your handwriting is great and pretty. What? That's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it was short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write long, epic poetry that spans multiple novels. Not at all. I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest. Since our first time sharing, I wanted to write something that's easy for your tiny pea brain. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Is this really about Ghost Yuri? Do I not understand symbolism? Actually,
you stupid
the story
little man.
isn't about Ghost at all, Humprietta. Really? I must have totally missed the point.
How did he not know that that wasn't about...
He doesn't read. He looks at pictures and plays video games. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it, after all. But remember that poets often express their thoughts, feelings, and experiences in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to
I love
the
that she
ghost.
says perhaps. Like she
Rather
doesn't
than
know.
literally. Lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. It's a lot more solemn, putting it that way.
You know she's emo. Look at her hair. She dyed that.
I hadn't even thought of that. That's impressive. It's nothing, really. Well, makes me happy that you think that. Just remember that it won't be wrong before you pick up on these things, too. Yeah, maybe you're right. I'll become a professional literature analysis person.
Nice.
I guess I'll have to keep trying. I'm counting on you.
Okay. Let's go to... I guess we just go down the line now. Go to our best friend Sayori with the cute little bow.
Dots.
This is a good poem, Humfrietta. Are you sure it's your first time?
Of course. It's not that good. Am I the kind of guy who'd be writing
Jesus
poems
Christ,
in
you're
his spare
so
time?
mean. I guess you're right. But that's why it impressed me. Well, to be honest, I was afraid that you wouldn't do it seriously. Or that you wouldn't write one at all. I'm really happy that you wrote one. It just reminds me of how you're really part of the club now.
Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club room. That doesn't... He's really mean to her.
I hate him.
Well, of course. I'm not really into it yet. That doesn't mean I'll break my promise.
See? It's like I said before, Humfrietta. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? Trying new things like this for other people? That's something that only really good people do.
Thanks, Sayori. I'm not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motive here. I'm obviously trying to get with one of her friends. Then again, I can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined, knowing how much this means to her and all.
Yeah. And I'm gonna make sure you have lots of fun here, okay? That will be my way of thanking you.
Alright, I'm gonna hold you to that then.
Yay. Now you'll read my poem too, right? That's how this works. Don't worry, I'm really bad at this.
We'll see about that.
Here's sunshine. The way you grow...
The way you grow.
Ugh. The way you glow through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you missed me. Kissing my forehead to help me get out of bed. Making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? What? Bars. I look above. The sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever. But I'm not mad. I want breakfast. That was lit.
Sayori. This is just a guess, but did you wait until the morning to write this?
No. Just a little bit. I just kinda waited until the morning.
You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question.
I forgot to do it last night.
Well, at least that makes me feel a little better about myself.
Don't be mean. I still tried my best.
Yeah. I didn't mean to say that it was a bad poem. It came out nice. Or how should I put it? It sounds just like you.
Really?
Yeah. Especially that last line.
I made eggs and toast.
Even though you were late to school.
It's bad to skip breakfast. I get all cranky.
Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyways, thanks for showing me.
This was so much fun. Monica's the best.
Yeah, perfect, excellent Monica.
But next time I won't forget. And I'm gonna write the best poem ever. Well, I guess... Oh,
Well, I guess I look forward to it.
That wouldn't even make any sense for me to say. Natsuki. Natsuki.
Hmm?
Why don't these people just say hello or something? Jesus. Okay, well, let's start with the things I don't like. First of all,
Natsuki rereads my poem.
Never mind. I don't feel like giving you my opinion.
Then what's the point of sharing in the first place? I wrote this when I could have been doing other things, like nothing.
Like catching up on all my shows that all come on the same day.
In fact, remember how I said I wanted to read your poems? That's what I had in mind in writing this.
No.
I wanted to help you feel comfortable enough to share yours, like Monica said.
That's cute. You. Well, I would be more comfortable sharing my poem if yours was really bad. You were supposed to show me some dumb poem and make me go, ha, well, it's not that great, but let me show you what real literature looks like. And you went and ruined it. I hope you're happy.
So in other words, you're saying you liked it?
Irk.
Natsuki's retort gets caught in her throat.
You're so... You don't understand anything, do you?
You're a big dumb idiot.
I already told you that. You don't have to go announcing it to the world like you're all self-important.
You told me in the most backhanded, like unappreciative way that you liked my thing.
Everyone in here is a mess. I mean, okay, Monica is cool, but apparently she's out of our league. And like, Yuri, that's the purple-haired girl, right?
Yeah.
She's okay, but she's just so like... like, Jesus Christ, woman. And then we got little Miss Sassy Pants over here, and his friend is really nice, but he hates her, so I don't want them to be together.
Are you sure you never actually said that? I say that mostly to myself. Natsuki must really hate me or something. Can't figure out if it's a win or a loss that she liked my poem. In any case, you still need to show me yours, right?
Fine, I guess. Only because Monica will make me if I don't. Eagles can fly. Monkeys can climb. Crickets can leap. Horses can race. Owls can seek. Cheetahs can run. Eagles can fly. People can try, but that's about it. That was lit.
Yeah, it's got like a bouncy flow.
A young savage out here. I see you, girl.
Yeah.
Yeah. I told you that you weren't gonna like it.
I like it.
What? Just be honest.
I am. Why are you so convinced that I wouldn't like it?
Well, because everyone in high school thinks their writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. So people don't even take my writing seriously. Crickets do leap, Mason. They do. They leap. Why can't anyone take me seriously?
But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid.
Yes, exactly.
Crickets can leap!
I like when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it. Oh, that's deep.
People can try, but that's about it.
That's deep. I didn't even realize.
Yeah,
Girl, I see you. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like, I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in that last line.
So you did. I guess more went into this than I realized.
Me too, Humfrietta. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you?
Yeah, guess not. I decided to humor her with a last comment. I don't care how young she is, this little baby child. I could still beat her in a fight. I don't really care how old anyone is. But if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I don't want to take that away from her.
I would hate to read a whole novel written in first person about this man. I don't care. It's whatever. Monica! Our favorite girl.
Hi,
Hi, Humfrietta. Having a good time so far?
Sure.
Good. Glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay?
Alright. I'll keep that in mind. Of course I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm a child.
Can't say what I'm feeling.
I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in.
Anyway, want to share your poem with me?
It's kind of embarrassing. But yeah, because you'll force me to otherwise.
Don't worry, Humfrietta. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know? But it's that sort of barrier that we'll all learn to get past soon.
Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem.
I like it, Humfrietta.
Really?
It's a lot cuter than I expected.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, jeez, Rick. It kind of makes me think of something Natsuki would write. And she's a good writer, too. So take that as a compliment.
If you say so.
Yep. By any chance, have you read anything by Silverstein?
That's
you.
Maybe a long time ago.
He's famous for telling all kinds of stories in just a few simple words. His poems can be funny, endearing, or even sad. And sometimes they're only a few lines long. They might even feel like they're written for kids, but if you think about them, they can express views of the world that would apply to anybody.
Nice.
I thought this part of her hair was a squirrel for a second.
Yes. I see. So you're saying that Natsuki is kind of like that?
Sort of. Maybe she's not an expert, but you probably won't find much filler in her poems. They might be easy to write, but they're super challenging to get the meaning through. So I can see why it would be your kind of poem to explore.
Are you making fun of me? I'm sure I'll end up trying different things. It'll take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. Or anything, apparently.
That's okay. I'd love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little biased toward their own kinds of styles, but I'll always help you find what suits you the most. So don't force yourself to write the way everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing them or anything. Haha! Oh, that's you. I just kept laughing. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now?
Sure.
Don't worry, I'm not very good.
You sound pretty confident for someone who claims to not be very good.
Well, that's because I have to sound confident. Confident that I'm trash. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know?
I see. Well, let's read it then.
Hole in the wall. It couldn't have been me. See the direction that spackle protrudes. A noisy neighbor? An angry boyfriend? I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel, blind, like a film left out in the sun. But it's too late. My retinas. Already scorched with a permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It was too deep. Stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realize now that I wasn't looking in. I was looking out. And he, on the other side, was looking in.
Beautiful.
So, what do you think?
It's very freeform and confusing, if that's what you call it.
Sorry,
I'm not really the right person to ask for
Jesus.
feedback.
It's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful.
What was the inspiration behind this one?
Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit.
An epiphany?
Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that, because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make it any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Make sure to like and subscribe.
Ew. I guess that's everyone. I glance around the room. That was more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. That's exactly what's happening, Humfrietta. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs.
I'd like to judge that for myself, but here we are.
This is a literature club after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayori and Monica are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly.
What's with this language?
Did you say something?
Oh, it's nothing.
Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand.
I guess you could say it's fancy.
Thanks. Yours is cute.
Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute?
I know that. I just meant that the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice.
Eh? You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all.
Well, I do have a couple of suggestions.
If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it.
Which people...
Which people did, by the way. Sayori liked it. And Humfrietta did too.
Sayori likes everything.
So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all...
Excuse me.
Why is she so upset?
I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless of course I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't, by the way. And Humfrietta liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Suki suddenly stands up.
Oh, I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri.
That's not what I...
The music!
You're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that Humfrietta appreciates my advice more than he appreciated yours.
Huh? And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Fight, fight, fight. Are you that full of yourself?
No. If I was full of myself, I would deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy.
Oh, she did not. She did not just do that. Yeah. Is everyone okay? I love this music, good lord. Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger as soon as Humfrietta started showing up. Oh my Lanta.
Natsuki.
Natsuki, that's a little...
This doesn't involve
you. I don't like fighting, guys.
Suddenly, both girls turn towards me, as if they just noticed I was standing there. She's trying to make me look bad. That's
not true. She started it. No, you know. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective, literally, why are you fighting? Then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point of making your poems all convoluted for no reason? The meaning should jump out at the reader, not force them to have to figure it out. Help me explain that to her, Humfrietta.
Wait.
I would just like to take a moment and say that I understood Yuri's poem, the point of it, more than,
Natsuki's?
Yeah, Natsuki's.
There's a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex feeling and meaning the most effectively. Avoiding them is not only unnecessarily limiting yourself, it's also a waste. You understand that. Right, Humphrietta?
Well?
Ugh. How did I get dragged into this in the first place?
Because they're in love with you.
It's not like I know anything about writing, but whomever I agree with will probably think more highly of me. So of course that's gonna be...
I would just say help me, Sayori, because I don't agree with either of them about this. I think, like, you know, different things work for different people and different
Natsuki.
meanings of stuff.
Natsuki glares at me, drawing up any words I had in my mouth. But instead, I turn to Yuri. Yuri. But Yuri's expression is so defenseless I can't bring myself to say anything to her. Sayori!
Eh?
Yeah, you fix everything. Everyone's fighting is making Sayori uncomfortable. How can the two of you keep fighting when you know you're making your friends feel like this?
Humphrietta. Well, that's her problem. This isn't about her. Good lord!
I agree. It's unfair for others to interject their own feelings into our conflict.
Yeah, unless Sayori wants to tell Yuri what a stuck-up jerk she's being. She would... Oh, that's...
She would never. I never.
Why I
it's
never?
It's your immaturity that's upset her in the first place.
Excuse me? Are you listening to yourself? This is exactly why nobody likes... Stop!
Huh?
Natsuki, Yuri, you guys are my friends. I just want everybody to get along.
What kind of bear in the
happy.
big blue house music is this?
I love it. My friends are wonderful people. And I love them because of their differences. Natsuki's poems, they're amazing because they give you so many feelings with just a few words. And Yuri's poems are amazing because they paint beautiful pictures in your head. Thank you, girl. Everyone's so talented. So why are we fighting? Because...
Well...
Also, Natsuki's cute and there's nothing wrong with that. And Yuri's boobs are the same as they always were. Big and beautiful.
Sayori. Sayori stands triumphantly.
She just saved the day.
Having slain the two beasts. Monica stands behind her with a bewildered expression. I'll make some tea. Yuri runs out of the frame.
Oh boy, did she rush off.
Natsuki melts again. Natsuki sits down with a blank expression on her face, staring at nothing.
So, this is why Sayori...
So this is why Sayori is vice president.
I just saw her, I assumed it was me.
I whispered to Monica. She nods in return.
To be honest, I might come off as a good leader, and I can organize things, but I'm not very good with people. I couldn't even bring myself to interject. As president, that's kind of embarrassing of me.
Nah. It's not like I can blame you. I wasn't able to say anything either.
Well, I guess that just means Sayori is amazing in her own ways, isn't she?
You could say that. She might be an airhead, but sometimes it's weirdly suspicious that she knows exactly what she's doing.
I see. Take good care of her, okay? I would hate to see her get herself hurt.
That makes two of us. You can count on me. Monica smiles sweetly at me, causing my stomach to knot. Such a genuine person really does make a good president, regardless of what she says. If only I get the chance to talk to her a little more.
I mean, you could. Okay, everyone. It's just about time for us to leave. How did you all feel about sharing poems? It was a lot of fun. Well,
I'd say it was worth it.
It was alright. Well, mostly.
Humphrietta, how about you? Yeah, I'd say the same.
Say the same as who?
It was a neat thing to talk about with everyone.
Awesome. In that case, we'll do the same thing tomorrow. How many poems do we do? And maybe you learned something from your new friends, from your friends too. So, your poems will turn
out even better.
So your poems will turn out even better.
I think to myself, I did learn a little bit more about the kinds of poems everyone likes. With any luck, that means I can do a better job of impressing those I want to impress.
You can just actually improve your writing style and become a more confident person in general, and then naturally have people drawn to you like they already are. And maybe just say what you feel.
I nod to myself with newfound determination.
Humphrietta, Ready to walk home?
Sure. Let's go. Sayori beams at me. She shoots her laser beams at me. I dodge. It truly has been a while since Sayori and I have spent this much time together. Can't really say I'm not enjoying it either. Sayori. About what happened earlier.
What do you mean?
You know, between Yuri and Natsuki. Does that kind of thing happen often?
No. That's really the first time I've seen them fight like that. I promise they're both wonderful people. You don't hate them, do you? This is me.
No, I don't hate them. I just wanted your opinion, that's all. I can see why they'd make good friends with you.
You? You know, Humfrietta, it's nice that I get to spend time with you in the club. But I think seeing you get along with everyone is what makes me the happiest. And I think everyone really likes you too.
That's...
Every day is going to be so much fun.
It looks like Sayori still hasn't caught on to the fact that I'm using her to get to her friends. Sure, being friends with everyone is nice, but...
I want some booty.
Does it really have to stop there? We'll just have to see what the future holds, Sayori.
This music is so triumphant.
I pat Sayori on the shoulder. I said that more to myself than to her, but it's easy to use Sayori as internal monologue at times.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's do this.
I want some booty. I want some booty. I want some booty.